I want to bring my brother, Dr. Winfred, all the way from Calgary, Canada.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ah, there he
Thank you
is.
very much. Selamat. Selamat.
Selamat, selamat, tamsia, tamsia.
Yeah, yeah.
He is. You are born in Malaysia, huh, Dr. Winfred? Where are
No,
you
I
born?
was born in Singapore.
Born in Singapore, and your business all in Singapore.
Yes.
And can you share with all of us your amazing, crazy testimonial? What happened to you? I remember when we met, and no, we talked on the phone. I believe it was like 2 o'clock in the morning here before you sign up as a diamond. I
Wow.
remember those days because you experienced the greatness of Ice Wave and Eon, reducing all your pain. Carry away, Dr. Winfred.
Yes. Thank you very much. You know, I am extremely grateful and thankful for the blessings that I have received. In my life, I've gone through 21 surgeries in
Wow.
all, and I've had 17 anesthesias. Okay. And one of them, I had tracheotomy without anesthesia. And another one, I had what do you call it? A massive hemorrhagic stroke. They took out about a quarter, almost a quarter bag of blood from my brain.
Mm.
Doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me because I was still laughing and joking with them. And so I've gone through quite a bit in my life, but my basic training is I've got a PhD in nutritional medicine, and so because of that, I've gone through a lot of nutritional supplements and taken for over 30 years now, as my practice was around that time, that long. And so I was getting frustrated as the years went by because I kept getting bronchitis about 4 to 6 times a year. I've been on painkillers for about 15 years. Every night before I go to bed, I have to take one Advil or one Tylenol in order to sleep so that I won't wake up from the pain,
Wow.
right? And I have what do you call sleep apnea. I have to use a CPAP machine to sleep. Now, you can understand my frustration taking so many supplements, and yet nothing was really working that well. And I've gone for tonsillectomy in 1991, right? And I stopped breathing for more than 10 minutes, right? My family friend, Vanji, is online right now, and she is a great witness to this testimony of mine because just from tonsillectomy, I had about 13 surgeries just to correct this part. Like I went through a lot of misery and a lot of pain. And I was just wondering why nothing is working. I know that when you take supplements, it goes through the ingestion, the digestive tract. And so some of it is absorbed, the rest just flushes through. I know all of that, but I was looking for something better. And I was kind of giving up because of so much pain that I was going through. Then finally, August last year, I met my family friend Vanji, and we met in the hospital because her sister was in the hospital, and she came and she gave me a patch, an X39 patch, and I look at that, it looks like like a host, like a communion host, if you know what I'm talking about. And I looked at that and I asked her very blunt because we both are very blunt people. and ask her, exactly what witchcraft are you giving me? You know, and she says, shut up and put that on you. So I shut up and put it on me. And I says, I still believe you put a witchcraft on me. Anyway, she said, shut up, call me in 2 days' time. Okay. 2 days' time, I called her and I told her point blank, whatever witchcraft you put on me, it worked. Because that night, I told the Lord, I'm not going to take any medication. I'm just going to trust whatever is on me and see if it would work. And so 2 days later, I told her, I need to sign up. Whatever you put on me worked. And so I signed up because I've gone through so much of pain. I'm so skeptical about anything I take. I signed up on August, uh, the beginning of August, to be with Lifewave. Then when I went to Singapore, I couldn't believe the amount of pain that was gone from my body that I had to call Dr. Roy 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was so excited that I was totally kind of like selfish. Like I want to get as much as I can. Woke the poor man up, and he gave me a lot. I woke my friend up too, Benji, and got as much information as possible. And within that night, my wife told me, she said, you know what? This thing is working for you. Forget about, because when I joined, I just joined as a bronze. Forget about it. Go to diamond. Then from bronze, I went straight up to diamond because this thing worked in me. Okay. So my doctor, my family doctor can verify with you that I have gone through so much of antibiotics, 4 to 6 times a year bronchitis. From August to today, 16 months, I've not gone to see her even once for a common flu. Forget about bronchitis. Since the pandemic, I was still very active in public. In other words, going out, meeting people, hugging people. We still had church. We still was so busy in church. I still went to gatherings and big gatherings and all that. No mask, no nothing. I'm one person. If you were to sneeze 6 feet away, count me in for bronchitis. That's how bad I was, right? And with all this pandemic, I thank God that up to today, I've not had one single bout of antibiotics to deal with my bronchitis, right? Talking about pain, I've had very bad knees, and so I had total knee replacements. And even though I had went through my knee replacements, I was so stiff, like unbelievably stiff. And even though I could stand for hours, I still have pain at night when I sleep, right? So we did a lot of shows, baby shows in Toronto because of my daughter's business, and so I could stand like you know 9 hours a day because in Toronto in the baby shows there are thousands of people, mothers coming through, and I had to help sell my daughter's product. I could stand for 9 hours, but in that 9 hours that I would stand on those trade shows, I would take extra strength Tylenol about 3 times a day because of the amount of pain that I was experiencing. So down in October last year, before I went to Singapore and became a diamond, I was in Toronto, right? We did the whole baby show. Would you believe not one single Tylenol because I used the ice wave, right? And the ice wave took away the pain. So when I went to Singapore, I continued using the ice wave and X39, the what do you call it, carnosine, and the Eon and the glutathione. I used all of that. And by the time I came back to Canada, I kind of weaned off the ice wave because I was feeling much better. And so from then up to today, the four things that I use will be X39, glutathione, carnosine, and Eon. That's all I use. And occasionally I would go on the energy enhancer, all right, SP6, all right. Now, I used to be on a sleeping pill to help me sleep.
Wow.
Even that I stopped because the X39, the Eon, the carnosine, what do you call it, and glutathione, they were working so well that very, very rare do I even need to take cyanide because these four were working perfectly for me, right? I would like to share my wife's testimony. My wife is in menopause, right? And way back in November 2016, she went for an ultrasound and her endometrial echo complex measured 7.7 millimeters. And that's why, even though she went through menopause, she still had bleeding occasionally. And eventually we got worried, like, hope that there was nothing wrong with her, um, in terms of cancer or whatever. And so I patched her since October because I was diamond and I had all these patches. So we both were using the patches. Now on April the 16th, 2019, we went for another ultrasound and the measurement from 7.7 went down to 4. So it shrunk by 3.7 mm and she stopped bleeding from then up to now, right? And so basically what I've patched her with is X39, what do you call it, the glutathione and the carnosine. There was one major side effect when I put these 3 patches on her. I mean, she seriously suffered side effect. Her memory became so good that everything wrong that I did, she remembered everything. So I said, that is a major side effect. We may have to find some way to stop you from using the patches, you know. But yes, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share. And I'm right at the bottom of the totem pole as a manager, and I really am very grateful that I can share my testimony. And Roy, it's your leadership. You don't look at the rank, you look at the people. And I'm grateful for your leadership. Right. One more thing before I go that I want to share is that because I had my own business in Singapore, I would spend hours doing my business in Singapore. I had a health store and a practice at the same time. And I developed what you call a chronic venous insufficiency. In other words, the bottom part of my legs used to be black because of lack of circulation. Because of that, I was required to use compression socks all the time in order to prevent edema and and sort of to get circulation in my legs, right? Today, I'm not even on any kind of compression socks, and all the black on my leg start to improve. I don't know if I can show you this or not. Uh, you see, all the black has gone, and you can see the fairness in my leg. You can see some black spots there, right? Those are slowly coming out, right, and becoming the normal color of my leg. My CPAP machine, I used to be at 20, and now it's gone down to 15. My blood pressure medication has gone down, and what do you call it? I'm not on heavy dose of blood pressure medication, and I'm able to exercise a lot. And so, one thing that I could also tell you that all the keloids, I developed a lot of keloids, and my keloids on both my knees were very thick. Ever ever since I've been on the patches, all that keloids inside and out became flat. I wish I could show you pictures, but on my website, I do have pictures to show you how much I've improved, right? And so my family doctor is just surprised at the recovery that I've gone through. I'm still in the process of recovery because 21 surgeries in my life, that's a lot of surgeries. And so my body is only 16 months that I've been on the patches. So I'm looking forward to building up a strong business eventually and just move on because I've gone through 16 months of this and I can speak real loud about how great God is in this patches and the discovery of this patches. I really am so extremely thankful to God and to my family friend Vanji, for whom I've been so mean to her, calling that witchcraft, but actually it was the vehicle that God has used to bring me healing. Can you imagine the frustration? You take high quality vitamins. My vitamins are not cheap. They come from New York and they're very expensive. And yet I don't feel the same satisfaction as or healing for that matter, as I am with the patches. I still take my supplements, not that I don't take them anymore. I still take them, but the patches are really something that is immense. Thank you, Brother Roy, for allowing me to share.
First of all, Roy, Benji, the reason I did not explain the patch to Dr. Winfield initially because he's such a very smart guy that if I explain it, he will probably won't listen. So I thought it's better to just patch him and experience it, and because he's a hard-headed man. If you know Dr. Winfield, we've been friends for X number of years, 30 years or something like that. And whether it's food or technology or religion, I never explain to him because he is such a smart guy, and I can never. He will never accept my explanation. And so the best approach for me to this man is for him to experience it. So when I saw him, I said, "Whoa, you look terrible." That's what I said to him because we're so good friends that I could tell him anything. Yeah. And he said, "Oh yeah, some good friends." And I said, "I have something for you." And I patched him. I just put, and he said, "What is that? What's that potion or what is that?" And I said, "Just put it on and call me in 2 days." And and he said, "Well, okay, you're a good friend of mine. I'll take it." And in 2 days, he called me up and he said, "I want some more." I said, "I don't have any more. You have to order some." and and then he said, "What is this?" I said, "Go to lifewave.com because you're a smart guy. you can learn from that. You won't learn it from me. Go to lifewave.com, because I know that this guy will look into these things, and now he knows more than I do. I think when we share the patch, we have to look at the person, because not all people are the same. And
Yeah.
so there are people that are skeptic, and so I would explain. But there are people like Dr. Winfield, who is so smart that he will outsmart you. So the saying is, know your audience, know the person you're sharing it. And so different person have different approach, and that's what I did.
Awesome. Very well done. Thank you.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
yes, yes. So that's the way we're gonna
Thanks for
approach
making me a
doctor.
monster, Benji.
That's the way we're
Sorry.
gonna approach doctor, guys. Hey, you look terrible. Try this. That's the way we're gonna approach doctor, okay, guys. I like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Guys, that was an amazing testimonial from Dr. Winfred and his wife, and Vanji, who sponsored Dr. Winfred. Yeah, a lot of great testimonial, ladies and gentlemen. Use your patch, stay healthy.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yes.
And we will see you next
Yeah.
year, and we
Thank
will
you.
announce it.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so
Merry
much, Vida.
Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
God bless you.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.